Hi guys, my name is Bimles Jha and today is day 29 of Cracking Cat in 128 days. First of all, good morning to everyone. This is my morning session where I do English speaking practice. I have done this practice for 28 days. Now it's 29th day. So the structure of this practice session is like first I'll say about what I did yesterday. Then I do talk with ChatGPT, and then I share my today's targets. This is the basic structure of my English speaking practice because you need to make a system, a structure which you should follow. So you don't get confused at what I need to follow, what I need to do. You get clarity if you have system, if you have structure. So today's topic is structure and system. Actually, from past few days, I was so confused that what to study, how to study VRC. As you all know, that my English is not that good. It's very poor, and VRC is too tough in CAT. So how I will deal that? So I understood that first, I need to build a system, make a structure that this is the system, this is the structure. You need to follow that. If you follow that properly, you will at least achieve, at least not, you will be on a path where you can achieve 90% accuracy. I'm not sure that, yeah, this path will definitely take me there, but I am trying. So, what's the structure, what's the system you are talking about? If I answer this question, it's look like okay. So I first understand the what are the questions, what are the languages that VRC asked, and what it tastes. Is it taste about that English knowledge, or it's take about how you analyze or comprehend or connect those sentences? So I understand the second option is here, more important. So, how I understand and remember the long passage that will be asked or that is often asked in CAT. When I analyze it deeply, I found that yeah, there are some steps, structures that they use every time. So there are many passages, sorry, there are four RCs that are asked in chat in CAT. So in four RCs, you can see some are concrete, some are abstract. So abstracts are sometimes feels difficult, but concrete is like, yeah, you can do it. But it doesn't matter how many cabs you know or not. You will encounter at least three to four new vocabs. So vocabs is important, but you should know the how to connect the unknown vocab with the context of the comprehension. The RC is given, passage is given. So to understand that how would I connect those things, I start reading and analyzing that, yeah, this is the scenario, this is happening. What should I do? Means I first start reading 2 3 RCs, and after reading 2 3 RCs, I thought it's too long. I can't. I am unable to remember all the points that are needed to pick the correct questions answer. But now when I am working on it, actually I gave 2 days on VRC that how I should approach. I will approach this for 1 month and I will share the result more better way after the testing my approach. If it works, good. If it not works, no worries. Actually, I will learn something that yeah, these are the things you need to add more because I know this is not this will not neglect completely, but this will help. Not 100%, but yeah, if it helping me 60% to reach 70% accuracy, it is good. I will try to make sure to reach 90% accuracy by practice and analyzing the wrong answers that I did. After all this happen, let's think that only good will happen. So, what are the structures parameters look like? So, when I anal when I was analyzing RCs, I first asked that what are the type of questions that RCs ask. So, I got to know that RCs asked mainly 8 to 9 types of questions. First one is main idea, central theme, and title based questions. Second one is inference based questions. Third one is application based questions. Fourth one is detailed or fact or explicit based questions. Fifth one I talk about, then it is line reference questions. Then seventh is about odd one out questions. And then eighth is not true type, except type. These are the types, 8 type of questions that they ask. To remember all the 8 type of questions attempt correctly, what you should know that these are the type of questions that will come in the CAT examination. So you already know that these are the fixed questions that are asked in come CAT examination. So while reading the RC passage, you should remind yourself that I need to focus on these points. Means if I am reading a passage, I should focus on why I am reading. Means what is the purpose of the author who writes this, what this paragraph is playing role. It's introducing, it's giving example, it's a contradiction of previous one, or it's just information, means anything. These are the purpose of paragraph rule. Then what's the purpose of author? Why author write this passage? Then what's the tone? How the author writes this passage? Then you should focus on connectors. Connectors basically play a very important role. If you know connector very well, you know that this is the first sentence, how the other sentence will look like. Means if there is a connector called and is using, means you can see that it is either adding other sentence in same way, same sense, or it is supporting the earlier one. And similarly, if you look for connectors like but, however, although, though, these are the contrast based connectors. So if you see this, you can know, you can find that yeah, this means the next sentence that is coming, it must be opposite sense of earlier one. So by this method, you can now read passage more carefully and remind yourself that yeah, these are the questions that will be asked, and you know to follow the system like that. So this is how how I am planning to pursue my 1 month for VRC. This is how my system works. Same goes for verbal ability. Verbal ability has mainly 5 to 6 type of questions. First one is parajumble, then second one is odd man out, then third one is, if I talk about the third is fill in the blanks. Fourth is the parasummary. I talked about, yeah, parasummary. And fifth one is similarly, I don't remember because I didn't practice that much VRC. But I am planning from today. I will do from today. No, I need one more day to make complete, yeah, complete system. So from tomorrow, I will do daily 3 RCs, two parajumbles, two parasummary like this. So after the time when I will analyze it properly, that where I missed, where I did mistake. Like, yeah, you analyzed wrongly. You didn't write the purpose of the passage correctly. You didn't write the tone of the author correctly. So these are the mistakes I will note down and will analyze all these things. Yeah, obviously, I will write extra vocab that are new to me because vocab plays crucial role. It will help you to understand RCs in better way. If you know vocab, it's good. If you don't know, you don't need to panic. You just need to understand that these are the words used in RCs, so it has to be context related to the RCs. So if you know the gist of RC, you can assume that this vocab can play this role. Maybe it's positive role, maybe it's negative role, based on the 2 lines above, 2 lines down, or the gist of the passage. You can make an idea like, yeah, this can be possible that this is saying something positive. You don't need to know that what it is saying. It is what it's saying. You know the broad idea that, yeah, this can say only positive, so it's good. You can good enough to go forward. So vocab plays important role, definitely plays important role, because without vocab sometimes, but when in question that vocab asked, sometimes you got confused, right? Here, how should I take 2 3 lines from here and there? Because questions have different vocab. So you don't have 5 line question. You have only one single lines question. So you can't match the context. If you know vocab, that will help you in question. So this is how vocab will play important role. Grammar will also play important role because if you know grammar, so you know that first noun come, then pronoun come, first then what's the chronology? That first earlier come, then present come, then future come. This is how you should approach. Means you first need to understand that what's the basic English works, frameworks, what the basic framework of an English. If you know the framework that, yeah, this is the scenario and this is the thing that we need to do. If you do properly, it's good and we can make our RCs better in very less time. So what I did, actually, I was taking help of ChatGPT to make my strategy. And these are all the information that I said, all taken from ChatGPT while giving him prompt that, yeah, I am working on VRC. I am facing two difficulties. Give me a 100% accuracy master checklist. If it so it starts giving that, yeah, this is an important aspect, so you need to follow this. I again refined that prompt, again asked the same thing. I did this process for up to 10 times. If I show you, you can easily see that, yeah, you asked same thing in different rephrases at least 10, 8, 9, 10 times. So that's how I, and I, after the strategy, when I study 2 RC or 3 RC, I was feeling comfortable that yeah, this is good. I can do this. After practicing 100 to 300, 400, 500 sets, I can be at good level. That's how my VRC will look like. So now today again start our chat GPT section. Here now if I can show you, now you guys can see that this is again okay. No, this is not the correct one. Basically chat GPT is not loading yellow did. It's loaded. So this is the yesterday's questions that you can see that in question number 8, question all the questions are given here. You can see from question number 1 to question number 10, strength, weakness, everything is given. The vocab that I am not using, what should I not use? So again, I should revise that. What are the grammar mistakes I did and what are their fixes? So I said my family have, but in place of have, I should use has. Okay, my family has. Avoid that's it. It's too casual. Just for be confident. Stop the sentence where you complete. You don't need to mention that that's it. Memory tips. Avoid always close with confidence, not that's it. Use has with singular family. Okay. The vocab that I used: resilience, focus, background. Then extra vocab is perseverance, adaptability. These are the extra vocab. This is the contextual vocab. You can see. And the extra sentence from the extra vocab is perseverance lead to long-term success. Then, if I talk about other mistakes that I did, is it has future. In place of saying that, I should say it offers a better future. In place of waste my year, I should say I would lose a year. Okay. It has a future. No, it offers a better future. Okay. It offers a better future. Then waste my year. I would lose a year. It offers a better future. I would lose a year. These are the two sentences I will remember and I will use that in upcoming communications. It offers a better future. I would lose a year. Okay. Replace means so actually with formal phrasing. You can see whenever I'm talking to you guys, I more oftenly using so okay like that actually, which I need to reduce the uses of these things. And in place of I should use some formal phrasing. Then decision making, then opportunity, growth, foresight, determination. Her determination leaded her clear the toughest exam. So this is the second one. The third one is reason behind that failure. Simplify to if I talk about reason behind some failure, it should be look like the cause. What the cause? So you should say cause, not reason behind. Like if I say you by example here, if I face project failure, I would first identify the cause. The cause. What I earlier said, I would first identify the reason behind the failure. In place of this, I should use the cause. Then discuss it with my team and find solution. I would assure them that failure is learning step and use the lesson to succeed in future projects. So what I said again, failure keeps happening. In place of that, I should say that is informal. You should say better like failure is a part of growth. Failure is a part of growth. Use cause, not reason behind. Avoid casual keeps happening. Okay. Acknowledge. You can say I used word acknowledge. then resolve, then motivate, then again accountability, then resilience, accountability, resilience. I should use a good leader shows accountability during tough times. Obviously, a good leader should have. Then, in question number four, the recent skills you improved. What I said my voice earlier, I said my voice got fumbled. Instead of, I should say, instead of I used to fumble. So, because the thing that I said, my voice got fumbled. It's like you something did or happened. But what I wanted to say that I was earlier doing this, but now I improved. You were doing this, and now you improved. It's not like you did this and you improved. No. So I were doing this, and now I improved. So I should use used to, means I used to fumble, but improved version of mine is speaking. Improved my speaking skill. You can also see I should say improved version of mine speaking you. This is how complex looking, but when I say improved my speaking English means I used to fumble a lot, but I improved my speaking skills. This is clear. Use I used to instead of my voice got. Okay. Fluency, clarity, improvement. Then articulation. You can see articulation, then confidence. Whenever you are saying something, you should articulate properly. If you don't articulate properly, it will create confusion that what actually you are trying to say. So if you articulate correctly, it will be beneficial for both you and the listener too. A good leader shows accountability during tough times. Then in question number five, you can see book, movie, or role model that inspired you. So what the question's answer that I gave is a movie, 12th Fail, inspired me. Character struggle because the character struggled to become IPS despite problems. He worked hard and cracked exam. I for my if I talk about my opinion, my answer was good but not that up to mark. So the corrected version that chat gave me is the movie 12th Fail inspired me deeply. Okay, it's good. The extra vocab that I learned from there, you can see the protagonist. The protagonist overcame financial struggle and finally and family problems to become an IPS officer. His perseverance and hard work motivate me. So the protagonist, I am using protagonist. So if you are referring to a lead character of a movie or character of a movie, you should use protagonist, means how protagonist overcame the financial struggle and become an IPS officer. Sorry, a IPS officer. A, I should use A and you can see an IPS officer because I vowel sound. He managed to study despite doing job. He studied while working. You can see 12th film movie. I said, but I should say 12th film movie. Then he managed to study despite doing job. No, you should say he studied while working. He studied while working. Always say movie name correctly. Use protagonist too for main character. Then inspiration, struggle, work. Then other vocabs are protagonist, perseverance. The protagonist perseverance made him successful. Obviously, if you are perseverant about your study, you will achieve your goal. How do you prioritize tasks? I said I prioritize tasks whose deadline is near and crucial for company. In what I should say, I prioritize tasks based on urgency and importance. Tasks with nearer deadlines and higher impact are done first. So you can see that there is a difference. My answer was short, short, and good. My answer was also good, but I need some improvement. So the improved version is I prioritize tasks based on urgency and importance. Tasks with nearer deadlines and higher impact are done first. So what are the mistakes? The mistakes that I did: prioritize that task on the top. Prioritize tasks based on, okay. Instead of saying prioritize that task that's deadline is nearer, I should avoid this. Instead of I say prioritize task based on urgency and importance. Use urgency and importance model. Okay. Then you can see the vocabs used here are prioritized, deadline, crucial. Then extra vocabs can be used is to manage time, means time management, then to increase productivity. Then the extra sentence from extra vocab with the help of extra vocab is effective time management increases productivity. Yeah, obviously it does. Then question number 7, biggest challenge India is facing today. Exam system failure like SSC, also geopolitics changes. One major challenge India faces is irregularities exams, which affect millions of students. What I said, my answer was exam system failures like SSC, also geopolitics changes. This is my answer. What the improved version looks like. One major challenge India faces is irregularities in competitive exams, which affect millions of students. Another challenge is adapting to changing geopolitics. Both require strong measures. So, what mistake I did? I did. India is today facing a lot in exam system. So, I need to say India faces irregularities in exam. Okay. Then geopolitics changes. In place of geopolitics changes, you should say changing geopolitics. Changing geopolitics. You can see the tips. Replace a lot in with exact problem. Okay. A lot in exam. What? Exactly what? A lot in exam, but exactly what? Irregularities. Irregularities. So I should say India faces irregularities in exam. Then geopolitics changes. No. While changing geopolitics. Changing geopolitics. So vocabs I used irregularities, geopolitics, policy. Extra is transparency and accountability. Transparency in exams builds student trust. Transparency in exam builds student trust. Okay, this is good. One change in Indian education system. More focus on skill. My answer was more focus on skill than theory, like finance, like subject from 6th to 12th. Okay, so my answer would be I would emphasize skill-based and practical learning in schools and colleges. Subjects like financial literacy and life skill should be introduced early to prepare students for real-world challenges. So, what mistake I did was again the course completion means certification. Unclear, simplify. Obviously, my answer was not that clear, but improved version was I would emphasize skill-based and practical learning in schools and college. Subjects like financial literacy and life skill should be introduced early to prepare a student for real-world challenges. Always replace vague words with clear concepts like practical learning, finance, life skills, financial literacy, employability. These are the vocabs that are used here. Financial literacy, employability. Financial literacy helps students manage money effectively. Then question number 9, you can see the question was, where do you see yourself 5 years after MBA? My answer was, I see myself as a leader in a leadership role, working for a company, making good decisions. My answer should look like, in 5 years, I see myself in a leadership role, managing a team, making impactful decisions, and contributing to organizational growth. Okay, making good decision? No, making impactful decision. Okay, making impactful decision. Use impactful instead of good in professional answer. Okay, I should use impactful instead of good. Leadership, contribution, growth, strategic thinking, impactful, strategic thinking. Strategic thinking helps leader make impactful choices. Now, the question number 10, you can see the question looks like one strength and weaknesses of yours. So my answer was, my strength is determined and resilient. My weakness is no weakness but never give up could be a weakness. My strength is determination and resilience. It's good. A weakness I am working on is being overly persistent at times, which sometimes delays moving on to new strategies. I'm learning to balance persistence with flexibility. There is no weakness is wrong. Always mention at least one. Okay, I should mention at least one weakness. Never give up is weakness. Frame as a over persistence. Over persistence. Okay. Never give up. You should say in place of never give up. You should say over persistence can be my weakness. Okay. In interviews, don't say no weakness. Show a real but improvable weakness. Real but improvable weakness. Okay. Strength, weakness, resilience, flexibility, persistence. These are the vocabs that are used here. Now you can see this is my 28, day 28. Today is day 29. This was about day 28. Why I didn't communicate today? Because my Wi-Fi is not working properly, first. And second, what I was doing earlier, that I was just communicating. I was not giving enough time to me to improve myself. So if I want to improve myself, I should first learn the lessons from the mistakes that I did. So I understand that I made a decision, or understand that first one day I practice new questions. Then after once on alternate days, I will do revise the lesson and learn the mistakes that I did earlier. That's how I will improve my in speaking English more correctly. Otherwise, every time I'm just saying new thing. I'm not providing myself enough space to improve your learning. So you guys can say that you don't get extra time in day to learn the mistakes that you did in morning. My answer is, yeah, I get time, but I want to use that time to for my cat study. I can do this, but I assigned that I will only improve my English on early morning. That's why I am not giving extra time for this. But I should say I should give, but I am not giving. So for that reason, I am thinking, and yeah, thinking it's almost 80% sure that one day I will answer new questions deeply means long type or long and after thinking deeply. And on the next day, I will analyze all the answers. Means what are the mistakes I did, how this sentence could be improvised and said in more correct way. The extra vocab can be used. The context can be changed or not. And I will learn those mistakes, not just revise. I will learn those mistakes because if you want to improve, you should learn something from your mistakes. So I should learn. I will learn from that mistakes too. So my time it's 5:13. Now I'm taking to you again in. So you all now know that how I pursue. Sorry. You all know that how I will continue this series. The series would look like first day I will practice, I will answer new questions asked by ChatGPT. I will try to answer those questions very clearly and by deep analysis. And on next day, I will learn the mistakes that I did and not just for of 1 day. I can learn the mistakes of 2 days, 3 days, like that, and use that learning to upcoming sentence creation. So that's the correct way to move in right direction. You don't need to only just communicate that whatever is coming in your mouth and you're speaking is like you are improving. No, that that's not the way that improvement works. You should learn from your mistakes. You should revise your learnings. All these things compile and make you a good speaker. And I will work on that. So this is my day 29 of tracking cat in 120 days. Myself Bimles and bye everyone.